What's up guys, Mustang Matt here, back in Forza Horizon 3 for a short little video, and I say short little video, but this is going to be becoming the normal length for my videos, just because I recognize that my videos are very long, and you guys only watch about 3 minutes of it, so I figured that why don't I cut my videos down to 5 minutes or so, and make it a little bit more entertaining, take out some of the empty space that's really boring, that doesn't keep your attention, and try and make it a little more entertaining. So that's what I would like to do. Today I'm going to be going through some of the DLC packs. They added a new car pack the other day. I'm a little bit late on it, but that's okay. Just to go through it, show you guys the cars that are in it. Aston Martin DB11, which I have seen, and it is very good. I haven't driven it yet. They added the Cadillac ATS-V, which is basically, to put it this way, ATS-V is to CTS-V as V6 Mustang is to Mustang GT. That's about as simple as I can put it. It's like the V6 version of the CTS-V. And it doesn't make it any more or less awesome or badass or anything. It's just a V6 version. They make a lot of power, and it's just a V6. And this is a car that I'm actually pretty excited about, even being a Mustang guy and I don't want to say a Honda hater, but generally a Civic hater. But I don't know, I'm just not a fan of Civics. But Honda Civic Type R, I'm pretty excited for it. And then a couple other cars that I really haven't ever heard of. Old school Honda, which is cool. Renault, and I don't even know how to pronounce that. Valhall. I don't know. I give up. Now, as you guys can see, today we're going to be driving the Honda Civic Type R, just because, I don't know, I like it. It's a good car. I mean, it has a good power band. It makes decent power for a Civic. Ha ha ha. But I want to go ahead. I want to switch it to all-wheel drive just because I can, pretty much. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do some other things, some aero, stuff like that, and then we're going to go out for a drive. Okay, guys, I got my Civic R, Type R, sorry, ready to go. Got it ready to go, and I did something, I made it all-wheel drive, but I made it more rear biased. I made it 75% rear biased so I could do some mad skids. And it's kind of, so far right off the bat, it's kind of understeering a little bit. But the skids, though. I didn't do a whole lot to the power of the car. I really beefed up the drivetrain, the suspension, and brakes. And I did, light power mods. I did like intake, exhaust, ignition, all your basic stuff, if you want to go quote unquote full bolt on. Nothing too crazy. I didn't change out the cam. I didn't upgrade the turbo or anything like that. So it makes about 370 horsepower, as I just totally didn't pay attention and ran into that guy. But it makes about 370 horsepower, which, I mean, it's very healthy for a tiny light car. And I didn't really do any weight reduction. I did like the first stage, which is like minus 70 pounds, which is pretty much just taking out the spare tire and the rear seat. Alright, so after some fine tuning in the tuning of the car, I got it adjusted a little more. I got it kind of toned down a little bit. It's definitely more responsive now. I added some more camber. I adjusted the rear differential since it's mostly rear biased. Thought about making a little more rear biased, but I'll leave it alone for now. But I did that, and it's definitely handling a little bit better now. Oh, I also changed the spring rates as well. I kind of calmed them down a little bit, because I did turn them up quite a bit, because drift Civic, yo. It really helped a lot, though, because the car is definitely more responsive now. It's almost where I'd like it. It's not perfect, but for the use of this video, it's definitely very good. And it's a fun little drift car too, because it's all-wheel drive, but it's almost like drift mode on a Focus RS, where it's all-wheel drive, and the brakes are terrible. But anyway, it's like the Focus RS all-wheel drive system in drift mode, where it basically what drift mode does is it takes the drivetrain and it makes it mostly rear biased. That way you still have all-wheel drive, but it's just mostly rear biased. And doing that, it kind of creates a different aspect of drifting. It's not the same feel as a rear-wheel drive drift car. I don't really know how to describe it. It's a little more controllable, and you can also feel the front wheels pulling you through the drift rather than just trying to control it and with some skill and a lot of luck you pull off a good drift. This is more of where you point the front wheels, it's gonna pull you. Another thing that I like about drifting this all-wheel drive car is that, as I mentioned before, the front-wheel drive, it pulls you through, and then it hooks up. It hooks up and goes, and that's something. Oh my God, the brakes are so bad. As I was trying to say before that terrible mishap, the front-wheel drive pulls you through the drift, and then the all-wheel drive system just launches the car out of it. And like I said, it's a really different feeling than drifting a rear-wheel drive car. A rear-wheel drive car would just spin all the way, and you'd try to come out. Oh my God, he pulled a Mustang! He pulled a Mustang! Anyway, now that I have escaped the wild Mustangs, pretty much I've totally forgot what I was saying before. But just to recap, basically, for a third or fourth or fifth time, or however many times I've said this by now, front-wheel drive pulls you through it, all-wheel drive launches you out of it, rear-wheel drive, it just spins all the way, and you don't actually go anywhere after the drift, you just keep spinning, which it's something that bothers me, but when you're in a drift car, it doesn't really matter. Right now, though, I want to test the launching ability real quick before I close out this video. Because it is still all-wheel drive, so probably still going to launch pretty well, even though it is mostly rear bias. I'm expecting it to spin some, but then hook up. It should hook up by like halfway through first, but let's see. Alright, so pretty decent launch and decent acceleration. Nothing too crazy on the launch, but like I said, I did basic on mods. I didn't really go all out on the mods. Let's do it one more time real quick. As I get hit. But anyway, I mean, it does okay. It's not a crazy launch. It kind of wants to die out a little bit on the launch, but I don't know. I think we can maybe fix that later on or something. But overall, I like it. I like it a lot. I like the way it looks. I like the way it drives. I have nothing bad to say about it. And the exhaust note is something that I should touch on too, because, well, I don't typically like Honda exhaust notes, but this car doesn't sound too bad at all. I just can't hear any turbo spool, which I would like to, but I don't know. Maybe I just don't have my volume loud enough. But yeah, so that's the Honda Civic Type R. It is in the new Playseat car pack, so go and pick that up from Forza, and you'll get the Civic Type R too, and you can do some crazy stuff with it. So let me know how you guys enjoyed this video. In the comments section down below. Hit me with a thumbs up and hit that red subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.